Landlords across the country are losing thousands every month to a new wave of leasing fraud. Fake tenants, fake paperwork and financials, and sometimes no intent to ever pay rent. And it's not just happening in residential, it's happening in commercial real estate as well. Hi everyone, my name is Joe Morrison. I'm a commercial real estate broker in Northern California, and today I'm breaking down how real estate leasing fraud actually works, why it's exploding and becoming a massive problem, and what you can do to protect yourself before it's too late and you get scammed. According to Greystar, the biggest multifamily owner in the United States, 15% of leasing applications they encounter are fake, using fake employment letters, fake pay stubs, and even AI-generated credit reports. That's not all. Eric Taylor, lead of trust and safety at Turbo Tenant, told Fox Business that nearly 75% of apartment owners across the United States are seeing a 40% increase in falsified leasing applications compared to last year. And sadly, small business landlords are hit the hardest because most don't have the same verification tools that big institutions like Greystar use because they either can't afford them or they just aren't aware of how to properly screen applicants, and they fall for their tricks. The repercussions of improperly screening and a landlord signing a lease with a fake tenant can cost the landlord months of unpaid rent, attorney fees to evict a tenant, and thousands of dollars in repairs if they damage the space. Now, how does leasing fraud work? Unfortunately for landlords, as AI algorithms get smarter and easier to use, scammers get more creative and the frauds get more difficult to spot. That's because people are able to buy stolen or fake identities online, create shell companies such as a fake LLC, and even use AI to generate fake pay stubs and bank statements. And if the landlord, property manager, or broker pass them through the background checks, give them a lease to sign, they'll move in and never pay a dime. Now you have fake tenants in the space that has to be taken off the market until you can vacate them. And if it's a commercial lease, the deal could have included free rent, tenant improvements or TI, leasing commissions to the broker, and by the time you realize what's going on, you're already out a few months of rent, which could mean tens of thousands of dollars. Now, why is it getting worse? The reason this is spreading is simple, and that's technology. AI tools can now create near perfect PDFs. ID making kits are being sold on social media, and scammers know most landlords don't carry forensic verification tools. 10 years ago, you could purchase scannable fake IDs online from China. Just imagine what you can purchase now that are near perfect copies. And the likelihood of a landlord carefully verifying your ID is very rare. Most landlords, real estate brokers, and property managers don't carry forensic verification tools for IDs, which means when a fake tenant hands them their fake ID, the landlord or broker is just walking to the copier to scan it for records before handing it back to the fake tenant. And because eviction timelines can stretch for months, scammers can operate rent-free for up to half a year or if not longer before disappearing to the next unfortunate scam. Now, how to protect yourself and stop leasing fraud before it gets too late. Verify deeper than just the application. For commercial leasing, always check the Secretary of State records to confirm if an LLC or corporation actually exists. Use a fraud detection software. If you Google search fraud detection software, you can encounter a lot of options, some even being free, that can detect if a PDF has been altered in any way. Next, require a personal guarantor, meaning an individual who promises to pay a tenant's rent if the tenant defaults on their lease obligation. This is especially important for newer businesses or smaller tenants, and can be the same individual on the LLC or corporation's statement of information, meaning if the applicant for the commercial space or whatever it may be wants the lease to be under their LLC, the landlord can require they also personally guarantee it, and any defaults would then extend past their company, meant to limit liability. And the guarantor does not have to be a separate individual. It can be the company's manager, owner, or even CEO. But if their credit sucks and they have a lot of debt, then maybe the guarantor should be someone else. Also, here's a bonus strategy. Consider a rolling guarantee, meaning the lease has a guarantee covering a rolling period of the lease term. For example, the guarantor would be liable for a 12-month period at any point during the 5-year lease term. And if the tenant stops paying rent in, let's say, month 31, the personal guarantee would take effect and apply for the 12-month period immediately following. Next, collect a stronger security deposit and rent up front. If there is doubt, but the risk level is maybe low and you decide to proceed with this tenant, I recommend increasing the deposit to maybe 2 to 3 months of rent rather than 1 or 1.5. Next, work with brokers and property management firms who specialize in vetting tenants like myself and my brokerage, HL Commercial Real Estate. Now, what to do if this happens to you? If you suspect leasing fraud, act immediately. Notify your attorney and begin documentation. A real estate attorney will provide recommendations such as serving notices in the correct way to avoid any delays. Also, it doesn't hurt to let other brokers and landlords know because they could be targeted next. The same leasing scammers often target multiple properties at once, hoping one bites. For example, myself and other brokers in my office, we often receive suspicious inquiries at the same time from the same individual or the same individuals. So there you have it. Leasing fraud is evolving, and so should landlords, property managers, and brokers. Always make sure you're verifying, documenting, and never skipping your due diligence, because I promise you, the time and money you save in the long run will be priceless. And if you did like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Feel free to share your fake tenant story if you'd like, if you have any, and let me know if you want to hear any of mine. My name's Joe Morrison, and I'll see you in the next one.